Welcome back to video number 3. This is our palette cleanser for the day. We have a lot of news from the royals, especially Camilla. I love this picture above. All right, let's jump in and cover it, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start with Andrew. We know he's in the middle of that bitter battle with the Royal Lodge, with King Charles. And of course, Charles is hoping to evict Andrew over his lack of maintenance, which threatens the 75-year lease that was signed. And many have pointed out that Sarah Ferguson owns a $4 million property that currently sits empty, and the two of them could live there. It's a 2-bedroom Georgia house, a short distance from the home of their 2 daughters. However, the property, they're saying, could be a problem because he is brother to the monarch. He's a controversial public figure, and you can't just move him into a private residence in the center of one of the busiest cities in the world. And that's something that can't be undertaken unless there's a huge security presence, which of course isn't going to happen because Andrew's taxpayer-funded security is no more, and he can't really afford the private security. So, all right, let's move on. Next up, Eugenie. On Monday, September 2nd, she was spotted watching a performance from G-Dragon at the Chanel Cultural Fund Freeze Seoul 2024 at the Liam Museum in Art of Korea. She looks great here. All right, moving on. Next up, Sophie and Edward, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, arrived in Paris because they are supporting Team Great Britain for the Paralympics. Apparently, they were there at the wheelchair fencing, and Sophie was very enthusiastic at the event, but they're saying that Edward was struggling to see because the person in front of him was super tall. Now, the people sitting next to Sophie were the British ambassador to France, Mina Rawlings, and the chief executive of Paralympics Great Britain, David Clark. The Great Britain fencer sadly was defeated by 1 point in the 3rd round by a Hungarian fencer. Well, at least everybody's having a good time. Moving on. All right, the rest of our stories literally are about Camilla. I've never seen a woman be so busy. To start off with this story, she wrote a personal letter to best-selling American author Emily Griffin, I think is how you say it, or Giffin. And she, as an author, had previously made some really controversial comments about Meghan. And she basically let it be known on social media that in July, she got a letter from Camilla after she met Camilla at a literary event earlier in the year. This woman apparently back in 2020 said that Meghan was unmaternal and phony. Well, that's her observation and her opinion, and thank you to the amendment that gives us free speech, you know, the one that Harry said was bonkers. She has every right to say it if she thinks it. All right, let's move on. A big congratulations to Camilla, who has become the first patron of the Riflemen's Association. This organization, according to the website, gives a forum for serving and veteran riflemen of all ranks and their families to stay connected with the regiment. Love it. Fabulous photo. Next up, on Tuesday, September 3rd, Queen Camilla went to open a new cancer center in Bath. Now remember, this is her return to royal duties following the summer break. This is called the New Dyson Cancer Center at Royal United Hospital's Bath NHS Foundation Trust. Ooh, that's a mouthful. She looked absolutely gorgeous. And obviously this was a very poignant visit for her, seeing as how Charles and Catherine are both battling cancer at this time. So, of course, when Camilla arrived, she immediately was met with some of the administrators of the facility, which is always a big thing. She also met a number of patients receiving treatment at this center. She also met staff and support personnel. Now, while Camilla was walking around and she was on the Medlock unit and the William Budd inpatient ward, somebody asked her about her husband and how he was feeling, and her response was, he's doing very well. This is one of the rare occasions that she actually gives an update because she usually, you know how it is. They're very quiet about that sort of thing. Now, she spoke with a guy there named Paul Holdway, who was a patient undergoing a stem cell transplant for blood cancer. And when Camilla asked him how he felt, he said, yeah, I'm feeling very tired. And the Queen quipped, yeah, men won't admit it. Well, she's right. Now, she also noticed that some people were wearing very specialized hats, which help prevent hair loss. And she remarked, you've got your ice cap on. And the way this cap works is by reducing blood flow to the scalp, which reduces the amount of chemotherapy medication that gets to that area. You usually wear it for about 15 minutes before each chemotherapy treatment, and the idea is it keeps your hair from falling out. Very interesting concept. I have not heard of that, but then cancer is not my area. This new center consolidates RUH's cancer services, a research hub, chemotherapy and radiation services, and a 22-bed inpatient ward. It was a £50 million project funded by public donations and government support. The Queen stopped at the Macmillan Wellbeing Hub, which is an area designed to give practical and emotional support to patients and families, and she concluded the tour with a reception in the main atrium, where she met those involved in the center's construction, and she got to unveil a beautiful plaque. Now, as she was leaving, somebody also gave her some absolutely gorgeous flowers, and she headed outside. There was quite a crowd waiting for her, and what I love is you see this woman in the middle. She apparently called Camilla over for a selfie, and Camilla obliged. I don't think, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't ever remember seeing Camilla get into selfies with people, but okay, I'm glad that she's doing it. Also, some little girl stepped up and had some flowers for her. How sweet is that? I believe those are sunflowers. And then, of course, Camilla got in the car and she headed off because she had somewhere else to be that day as well. Queen Camilla then went to Stonegate Farmers, where she met the CEO, Adrian Gott, and she went to visit this place. This is a new state-of-the-art facility with free-range and organic eggs are packed. Now, during the Queen's visit, she officially opened their new headquarters, which had been operational for a few months, by unveiling a commemorative plaque. I've put that at the end. You'll see that in a minute. She also toured this purpose-built facility, which is specifically designed for packing, as I said, organic and free-range eggs. She spoke with many of the staff. Like I said, the chief executive walked her around, and she was able to see all the different information. For instance, right now, what she was looking at was all of the different packing materials for the different kinds of eggs. You wouldn't think it would be that important, but yeah. Now, you guys should know that after he toured her around and showed her all the packing material, he took her into a room, and on the table were different dishes that had been made from the organic and, the free-range eggs, and she was able to look at all the different things that could be made with their products. And let me tell you what they said about her. They said, it's a very special day for us. It's not every day the Queen walks through your workplace. She was engaging, she was down to earth, and they could not believe how much time she gave all the individuals from every facet of the business. That doesn't surprise me at all. Anyway, there's the beautiful plaque. They gave her a basket of goodies, probably a whole bunch of free-range eggs to take home to make for the king to help keep him healthy. I just love that. A big thank you, as usual, to Remulotso for showing us everything that the Queen was wearing. All right, you guys know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Put your comments down. Then go down to the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wish list, and my physical address. In the event that you donated anything to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.